Hi, and welcome to episode 3 of my Minecraft Let's Play. Today's episode is going to be a little different. The music's going to be pretty high paced, and I won't actually talk all the way through the video. I know, best news you've ever heard, right? So today I'd like to talk about taking a break every once in a while from growing and changing and all that jazz. And that's because sometimes I think we can get a little intoxicated by the feeling that change gives us and forget that breaks are a wonderful and necessary part of change and life in general. So let's get started. We've been talking about change and different perspectives on life for quite a while now. Change is wonderful and one of my favorite parts about life, but only when balanced correctly. Whether your relaxation is clubbing or hanging out with friends or maybe just some alone time, you shouldn't forget what centers you and brings you back to even. Growing as a person is very taxing, so make sure that you give yourself enough time to recuperate. So think this episode is a little break in your journey. I know the music is a little distracting, so I'll take my first break here. I really love this song, which is why I used it. It kind of sounds like a 70s detective movie, but like sexy, if that's possible. So I'll let you enjoy the rest of this cave exploration, and I'll see you afterwards. Talk to you in a bit. This is going to be the first episode in this series where I'm not showing you everything I've done. I have recorded about 12 hours of footage and even more gameplay behind the scenes for this 9-ish minute video. But like I said in my first video, I want to keep everything pretty fast paced. I went mining for about 4 or 5 hours, and the cave exploration was the first of those trips. I ended up with about a stack of diamonds by the ending of recording. I also went to a swamp for some slime balls and also found some name tags in a dungeon. All for the sake of the farm that we are building in today's episode. We are building a zombified piglin gold farm in order to get enough gold to trade for leather with the piglins. And this is how I will get some bookshelves for my enchanting, so I can finally use some diamond tools. Here I'm going after my second break, which I am collecting some magma blocks for the farm for today. I'll talk to you guys after. Really proud of the editing for this section, so tell me if you liked it. Welcome back. So now I can finally have a talk with you. You'll see that I'm building a farm in the background, and I'll link the tutorial that I watched in the description below. I've also kept a death counter for how many times I died building this farm, so a lot of gas. That's what I'll say. So why are breaks so important in change? Well, while working hard is amazing and always commendable, you're human and you need breaks. Even if you are super independent and you want to push past everything bad in your life, good on you if you want to do that. But you need time to relax and to not worry about anything for a few minutes. You can do that however you like, but realize that it's just as necessary as the change itself. You can continue to change without stopping for months or even years. I mean, trust me on this, I know. But it doesn't mean that it's the best option. You can be more efficient with your time. You could even be happier, maybe actually enjoy life if you just allow yourself some breaks. I guess the dangerous part, and maybe why you're hesitant on this, is what happens if you take breaks too often. I mean, we all know somebody who's always talking about what they will do in the future, even though they've done none of that the entire time that you've known them. I mean, breaks are meant to be short and rejuvenating, not prolonged periods of stagnation. I've been a victim to this many times in my life, and it's okay to accidentally slip into one of these stagnation periods, if you want to call it. As long as you realize when you get in there and you get out as soon as you can, you'll be fine. Just grow, develop, change, become who you want and need to be to live your life. Sprint and claw and climb and all those stupid adjectives, all the way to the person who you should be. But stop every once in a while. Either to breathe or replan, maybe just enjoy the fruits of your labor. I mean, becoming who you want to be isn't a moment you're going to craft in your life. It's a continual progression towards a better life. There will be plenty moments to enjoy on your path towards perfection. So enjoy the fruits of your labor so you don't lose your mind. So I have something to admit a little bit here. The farm I built, it didn't work. It broke and I died because of it. I'd been working for 13 plus hours to create this farm, and the first time I tested it, it broke. I'm not discouraged. I actually laughed a lot when it happened because I thought it was so hilarious. When you fail, don't be scared and just take a moment to breathe before you restart again, like I'm doing here. I hope I've made your life a little better than if I wasn't here at all. And remember, I'm no one wise.